them come. This is their fate.
Do my Birdman hands. All right. Welcome back to the House of Wolves podcast. I am your host, Deontay, here with my near and dear friends, Jalen and Josh. Very busy schedules, very busy for these people here. It's been really hard to get them down and, sit them down, get them in a space where they want to talk about some games or whatever. So now that we done got it, it should be a treat. So appreciate you guys tuning in. But before we start, as usual, Jalen, Josh, tell the people what you've been up to, what's been keeping you busy, and how's life been treating you.
Yeah, so I'll start first. First thing big or not. And yeah, man. I mean, just winding down school, graduated in like 3 weeks. Gonna have my boys up in Chicago. We finna turn up, go crazy, shut the city down. You know how we what it do. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna do what they do what it was.
We just finna graduate, trying to get things situated, trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear. Been asking people for advice in that regard. Since I don't know what I'm doing, but I only wear urban clothes, so. But other than that, man, just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do in life. It's all coming super fast. I'm trying to find a job, or I'm thinking about trying to find a job, I should say, and figuring out with these boards, and it's just a lot of moving pieces that's been going on and stuff like that. So, a little bit stressful situations, but I'm just trying to finish up this the last week of my clinical rotation. I'm done Thursday. Mark y'all calendars, because they ain't gonna never see me again in these joints. Working for the free ball, or should I say paying to work?
Paying to work.
But yeah, that's pretty much for me.
Yeah, but man, the real serious question we all want to know: waves or fro?
Man, Kay's just trying to do me, bro. I'm like, bro, stop. She kept telling me, because she liked the dress. She was like, yeah, you should do this and do that. She was like, you need to cut your hair bald or go back to the wave. I'm just looking like, no.
Not to go back, cut yourself bald, man.
Bro, she like Kid Cudi, Kanye West, her favorite rapper. Kanye can't do no wrong. I'm like, bro, you got me messed up, dog. Can't do it, big dog. I'm like, bro, why do you want me to cut my hair so bad? Like, it's cool like this. I'm like, my hairline not straight.
Get you smacked up with some bleachers, son. And then give me that uck me up.
Man, give me to mess my graduation up.
Oh, man.
Man.
Give me that new Kanye. No, not the ball. That new Kanye.
This the same one that be defending Kid Cudi when he was in a dress and with a wedding dress, smoking a blunt in the car. I'm like, bro, I mean, I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I ain't saying that look cool. You feel me? Like, that John weird. Like, I'm like,
I mean, that's his style, man. Let Kid Cudi wear wedding dresses. He want to go straight to the club with a wedding dress. That's what he want to do.
He can, man. But if you think that's cool, then I don't know if I want your opinion on dressing me. Because I don't think that junk cool. That junk looked lame.
Yeah, well, to each his own. Man, you ain't think he looked this sweet with the Jordan 1s on? You think that would have been hit for something?
Man, I don't know what that dude was wearing, bro. Look like somebody switched personalities with him, and like they use like body change on, on Dragon Ball Z when Captain Yin did body change. Somebody had a body change on him, and he was just doing whatever.
I suppose. His fashion choices don't faze me, but no, I get it. But yeah, so while Jalen still figures out fro or no fro, Josh, how you feeling?
Man, it's been a busy month. I ain't talked to y'all at all.
You don't like us, man. I told you don't like us.
No, Jalen just always in the gym.
Yeah, he
on his phone, not doing nothing. Like, no.
Hey, I've been doing the miles a day, man. I'm almost at 100. Well, I ain't almost at 100. I'm a third of the way there. I did 34 today, bro.
Hey, man,
still been in the gym consistently.
You're going crazy.
Proud of you. I've been, yeah, just school and work. It's getting close to finals for me as well. I got a lot of big projects to work on,
Hmm.
and also took a little vacation with the family. Went to the West Coast, Best Coast.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, the weather was nice. It was. I'm surprised because like people always hype up different cities like, oh, New York is all this, Chicago is that, but like LA was really nice. And I didn't really have any issues with it. Like it was, obviously it's a big city and you gotta have a car, but it was nice. A lot of
Good
good
weather.
family time spent.
Where did y'all go exactly in LA?
So we flew into LA and we were staying in Anaheim, which is like 2 miles from
Disneyland.
Disneyland, because we were going to
Gotcha.
spend most of the time there because like Disneyland is just huge.
Right.
Uh, but we also went down to like San Jose, Santa Monica, and a couple other smaller places just to like is- look around.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, it was honestly it was too hot. It was like 100 degrees like 3 days in a row. So some days I just
Whew-wee.
stayed in the house. So, but
Mm.
it was nice overall. Oh, we got to go out there.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
You
that
got
is
to see
nice.
your family, man. We
Got
ain't
to
never
see.
seen them before.
Yeah, he finally
In the
posted on.
Instagram pictures.
Finally posted on. He said, "Oh,
Mhm.
that's how your family look." I was
Hey,
like, he was so shocked. I look like Jesus, man. This man can't even.
Man, what you mean? My mom and my family came to my graduation from Western.
man,
Was we at
we
your
seen.
graduation for Western? Was I?
No,
Oh, okay. Okay, but I don't remember. Yeah, that's the first time seeing your family in like in totality. I suppose it's more so of bits and pieces, but yeah.
Man, I ain't seen. I seen Miss DD 313
Miss
and your little sister.
DD.
Everybody else, I ain't seen them. Like I heard them or talked to them and stuff like that, but I ain't never seen them like actually in picture. I'm like, man, who is this tall, dark skinned dude, bro? I'm like, I'm, I ain't never seen that dude before. I'm like,
I
Josh got
remember.
movies
I remember his
on my
daddy
characters.
when he first came to orientation because they was the two tall dudes in the room. I said, "These niggas tall," and that was at college. I never knew him or nothing like that, but I remembered him distinctly because he was tall. His daddy was tall, and they were sitting like close in proximity. I was like, okay, I was looking for the black folks, basically. Anyways, so I remember seeing his dad, but that was like before I met Josh at all and like ever talked to him. So, but yeah, that was probably I saw him again. I was like, okay, I remember him, and I started putting it together. That's your mom, sisters, brother. It's simple. But yeah,
yeah,
we just what's that? What's that? You unlock the core memory, Jalen. You unlock that's one of your core memories, now, man. He said,
Man, I
man,
guess
family,
we
so,
never
bro.
see that family.
social
That was,
link defense.
The social
man,
league defense.
I ain't never seen them people before.
Man.
Jalen will take a fatal blow.
They're all funny, man.
Got it unlocked, man. But yeah, yeah, pretty much the same. I don't know how I went by a month. It felt like it didn't feel like that long, to be honest. And then I looked up and I was like, it's really been that long. So, um, yeah, I don't know how it happened. Honestly, I don't feel like we're that busy. I just think we just prioritize with other stuff at this point. Um, to the point where we can't get on a game or talk like that or conversate. So I don't know. It just felt like I I had time and I had time to do like just chill and play the game for a little bit. It's just that I would do something else. I've been working on the house a lot and
Impelling.
yeah, I just been focusing on that. So it's really just oh yeah, I did impale myself. I don't even know if I told people. Yeah, I don't, not this. It's been that long.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay,
You
yeah,
tried to gut yourself.
I cut myself working on my house. Slashed myself right on up. Got 12 stitches. Uh, but yeah, it was simply a tool was sitting on the ground. I was reaching for something. The tool caught me and cut me up. It
Caught
wasn't
you
on.
red-handed.
Caught me red-handed. They got so it cut me right up, and I had to go to the emergency get 12 stitches. But I'm good now. But Yeah, I don't know
Man,
why.
you better be careful with them power tools.
I
Nah.
listen. It
Turn
wasn't
into
on. It wasn't even on, Gene. It literally, like, it wasn't on. So
turn into the Flying Dutchman.
You gonna take him to Davy Jones' locker?
Davy
Davy
Jones
Jones' locker.
I'm just glad because I cut a ligament, and they did. I didn't have to have surgery or nothing, so they just sewed it
Yeah.
together. So I'm glad that I didn't have to have no surgery or nothing, but it cut me that deep. But
They give you a local anesthetic.
yeah,
They put lidocaine in there.
I don't know. I think so, something like that.
Oh,
And then they gave me antibiotics. I don't know if they put lidocaine. Honestly, I think they put something in there initially, that burned. But she said it was the numbing stuff, but then it was something else that she put in as well. The numbing stuff was first, then it was this other thing she put in.
Yeah, that lidocaine be burning people. The what they give you, Caflex or Cephalexin?
Yeah, cephalexin. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because it's like a really strong. It's basically like a strong. Yeah, no, it's not. No, that's not. That's the other stuff. But yeah, they gave me like a cephalexin. I got the pills around here somewhere. I just took them. I took most of them. I finished. He gave me another 5 days. So, but yeah, didn't hurt all that much. It just was. I was just mad at myself because I was almost done with the job and I cut myself. But yeah, working on the house still. Ain't learned my lesson. Just got the insurance bands up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, let me go buy some more insurance. I was like, me and my wife and Sneaky was like, yeah, we definitely need some life insurance just in case one of us go. You know what I'm saying? But we already had it.
Oh my
I just upped my policy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, man, go ahead, up the policy. I gotta make sure they cover the house. I gotta make sure they cover the kids' tuition. So I need to up that policy. So yeah, that was pretty much all that changed outside of being more careful, putting the tools away, putting them down when I'm like not using them, because which it's funny what I was doing before it happened, and I'll probably tell y'all after, but it was just like it could have. I felt like it could have been avoided, to be honest, but well, I'll tell y'all later. Anywho, outside of that, let's talk about some games, man. We caught up. It's been a while. Games been out. Will Smith been slapping. And it's some stuff to talk about, I guess. We got a few things. Quite a few things, actually. Because it's just been a while. But first thing I want to talk about is the slap heard around the world. the most dramatic slap. The most crazy slap. I mean, most slaps, they happen, they go, you get past them. But this slap. This was a glorious slap on a glorious stage in the most extra way possible, in the least hostile place. It was just a slap that shocked the world, and unfortunately, somebody I really respected as a human, he the one caused this impact, and it just feel weird now. But anyways, before I give my opinion about the Will Smith slap, I haven't heard anybody's take on what that Big Willie slap did to them, and quote unquote how it may have put some trauma in your life. If not trauma, it might have caused some, it caused you to reflect. So let me start with Jalen. Let's go ahead, Jalen. What you got
Josh
for
can go
me?
first.
You go first.
Man, I went first before, bro. It was Josh's turn. Go. Come on, Josh, speak up. You on the air.
Oh man, well, I'm traumatized. I had to call my lawyer.
Oh my
see if I get some compensation. No, I mean, honestly, I didn't see it when it happened because I wasn't watching TV. And
I wasn't either.
I saw it in the morning when I got up, and like, right away I didn't like believe it because like I saw people talking about it, and then like, oh yeah, it's real. He really went up there and slapped him. And overall in this situation, like I didn't feel like it was like, what is it necessary? No, not necessarily. You didn't have to do it right there. Probably could do it later, or at least you could just say something and you didn't have to go up there and hit him. But I didn't necessarily see anything like wrong with it because like reality TV shows exist and it'd be like 100 times worse stuff on there. But I do think it's like, I don't know, the reaction to it is overblown because like one, Will Smith is somebody who's like never had any issues ever with anything, and like so for him, I feel like no matter what, it could definitely just be like a pass. But like people reacting, they want him to give out the Oscar, don't want him to go there anymore, suspend him, get arrested, all this type of stuff, and then at the end of the day, it's not really that necessary, especially if the person who got hit is not even asked for all that. So, I don't know. I feel like hopefully in a year or two or whatever, they can like just get over it and like welcome him back. Because I don't think 10-year ban is worth it.
Nah.
I mean, a good punishment for that.
Nah, it's not. Nobody want to go to those things anyway. They just want the accolades. So I don't think that was like the best thing. But yeah, continue if you got more.
I mean, the whole thing is like, should he have done it or was he justified in doing it? And I feel like how to put it? Like, no, you never have the right to hit anybody, but like, yeah, if somebody's talking about you directly, like he should expect some sort of response, even if you're a comedian. A comedian doesn't mean you can just do or say whatever you want. That's the main thing. But yeah.
Gotcha. All right. What about you?
So let me ask you this:
Jalen.
who was in the right, or who was in the wrong, or were they both right? Were they both wrong? Like, what's your standpoint on that part?
Chris Rock was in the right. He was doing his job. He said something wrong about Will's quote family personally. Will was in the wrong, but it's understandable. Just like if you at the mall and you with your kid and somebody call your kid ugly, if you want to punch him in the face, that's up to you. Is it the right thing to do? No. Is it a good example? No. But I can't be mad at you for doing that.
Yeah.
That's real. I mean, man, you already kind of talked about this, Deontay. Like, you know my standpoint. My biggest thing, I did like the fact that you pointed out the fact that it was a slap rather than a punch. So a slap is more so to like show you like, you know, who's boss. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a reality check for somebody, like, you know who I am, versus a punch is like, you know, I'm trying to inflict harm on you, like physically rather than your ego and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I ain't ever known somebody die from a slap. I mean, maybe not so much a punch either, but I mean, a punch is more violent than a slap. But
yeah.
Like I said, you know my standpoint. I ain't going a whole tangent about this because, like I had asked Josh who was in the right, is in the wrong. I mean, Chris probably shouldn't have been talking about his wife. I mean, I feel like you're in the front row, like comedian, blah, 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 but it's not a comedy show, too. And I feel like, I guess sometimes comedians shouldn't go for certain things that could be considered like a low blow. People like her alopecia and stuff like that. Man, alopecia, everybody get that junk to some capacity. Like, it ain't like she got cancer or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Which would be more like terminal, which could be a more terminal illness. But I mean, I feel like they both was in the wrong, like I was going getting at. But like my thing is, I don't understand why Will with this lady, bro.
Yeah,
man,
but
I don't get it. Like I wouldn't have, man. What? No, I can't even begin to understand why this. Like, I understand maybe they be like, yeah, we swore oath, but this lady is she's a menace. The fact that you swore oath to this person, y'all supposed to be through thick and thin. They supposed to have your back like chiropractic. You feel me? And she ain't got that mug. Like she don't have that. Like she got more hair follicles than she got his back, bro. Like let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog. And I'm just like, and he did that smacking her like. I don't know, man. I felt bad for him to some capacity because I feel like he acted out of rage. I mean, let's be honest. Will Smith been a laughingstock for like the past 2 years, bro. Nobody want to beat Will Smith. Like the fact that he's literally actively getting stabbed in his back, and he like, nah, man, I'm gonna keep defending her. And she like, nah, I'm finna gut this dude. If it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna cut out his spinal cord. Like, and he just keep defending this lady, and I'm like, why is you defending this lady, bro? It was just kind of weird to me, and it's kind of hurtful because. Now people making more jokes and people trying to come up off it. You got August Alsina popping back up like, yeah, bro, I know I got a condition and stuff, but I'm right here. Like, I'm trying to get some money. Let's talk about the money. Like, and people still dogging Will out, and it ain't help his cause. Like, the social media is like a big bully behind this. And it's like, you know, people gonna talk, bro. People gonna meet, whether they mean it or not. People gonna say certain things and stuff like that to get a kick out of it. Everybody trying to be funny on social media. That's the name of the game. But you got to recognize that as who you are and try to be beyond that and stuff like that. And I think Will's been doing a good job of recognizing that and trying to be this type of person and stuff like that. But I think he kind of just snapped to some capacity. People argue if it's real or fake and stuff like that. But I think he just kind of snapped and probably ain't really know what to do with stuff. Probably just like an influx of like, you know, hurt, confusion, anger, and all this type of stuff. Because he know Jada better than us. Like, he probably feel for her to some capacity, like if he's still with her and stuff. I'm sure he still love her. I think you can love somebody, but not want to be with them because of what they doing for, like doing against you and stuff like that. It's kind of like a toxic situation. That's why people have issues where they love somebody, don't want to be apart from them, even though they know it's tearing them apart. But like doing all that, man, she's a menace, bro. That's all I can say, bro. G.I. Jane, Jada Smith. Whatever you want to call that lady, Star Wars, the Phantom Menace, like Jinzo, if you want to call her that, bro. Like she just a menace, man, and she just, I don't know, bro. I just felt bad for Will. Like I don't know. I ain't keep going on and on about it, but they both was in the wrong though. Like he shouldn't have acted like that, and Chris Rock shouldn't have took those blows. But I mean,
even so, I feel like a couple things. I feel like Will, even if they're not like having a good relationship or they've had like a bad relationship in the past and trying to fix it. I definitely feel like he is someone who like wants to keep his family together no matter what. Even though all of his kids are like grown now, it's still important for him to like, you know, have his family and like not growing up with his dad and stuff. He wants to be like a good dad and a good husband and all this stuff. So he'll, how to put it, like where some people, you know, people always say like if somebody cheat on me, then it's over. But like realistically, it's not that easy, especially when you do have a family and that is your life, and you want to like, you know, maybe you wasn't a good husband, and so your wife wasn't happy, and she was infidelity. It was like infidelity or vice versa. So a lot of people want to try to fix it and like be better people for the sake of their family. But it doesn't, how to put it, I don't feel like Jada, well, of course I don't know her, but
she aligns with
same
that?
intentions? No, like
she's trying to get rich, bro. Yeah.
Like she knows that he would never file divorce papers. Like she knows that. And so like she'll push his buttons or get, make him seem like the bad guy. Maybe he is the bad guy sometimes, but just put everything on him. Like all of this is your fault because of this one thing you did 10 years ago, blah, blah, blah. Like that's the type of person she is. And that's not good for him. And so I don't know.
You know what that is? That's a grudge, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't do that with somebody you love, bro. That's not fair.
It's not, and that's probably why he's suffering, because like maybe he did do something wrong, and he's trying to make up for it, but he can't make up for it because she would never let that happen. She just wants him to like suffer for it.
Yeah, like that part of it is just like mind blowing, and it's like even after Will did this, like I would hope if I did something to show some sort of like sacrifice and lost it, and you know what I'm saying, that influx of different range and emotions or whatever, you would have my back to some capacity. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. She probably like, you did a good thing, and you know what I'm saying, maybe she offered up the best buns he had in a long time. You feel me? But like that, we can't say that. But she's saying these public statements, and she like, like we need healing, and I would have like all that type of stuff, man. You can't just, if you don't got nothing good to say, just don't say nothing at all, man. Like you dogging this man out, and he just did all that and defending you. I don't know what happened, because it looked like she snapped her fingers or something, and then he just went he went AWOL. She is G.I. Jane and he is G.I. Joe. Like he just switched from Will Smith to G.I. Joe and smacked the dude. So I'm like, I don't know what triggered or what happened and stuff, because he was laughing at first, but I don't know. It's probably the Illuminati, but I mean, who's counting? Like, not just fun, but yeah, I don't know, bro. It's just disheartening, man. And then you got the daughter writing letters to Tupac and stuff. I'm like, bro, this dude was 6 feet under. He probably decomposed at this point. He a whole skeleton, bro. Like, and you writing letters to a skeleton? I'm just like, bro, boy, it ain't no way, boy. Then they make it. The one that hurt me was when they said, you smacked Chris Rock, but Tupac would have shot him. Like, you know what I mean? Like that one hurt, bro. I was like, dang, bro. I'm like, that's trust F up, bro.
Man, listen. It's basically the situation of who. It felt like he was being controlled. It didn't feel like a natural reaction. Like he smiled, he laughed at the joke, then he changed. It felt like, don't laugh if you gonna react. It don't laugh if you're gonna take it in a harsh way. Like, if you already had a problem with Chris Rock before the end, you probably wouldn't have laughed at the joke. You probably would have been there with a straight face. But maybe he's just so used to acting that in that moment he reacted like he should. And then once he saw like Jada's reaction, he kind of switched, like a switch flipped. And he was like, okay, now I must come show my dominance. So he walks up stage with his hands in his pants. And he comes, and then it's like, I'm finna slap you. I'm not gonna punch you. I'm gonna slap you. So the slap, to me, it just felt like it was more disrespectful than anything. It wasn't like he was really trying to harm him. It was more of, I'm going to show you where you should stand, and I'm going to walk away. Because he didn't even stay up there long. He didn't expect a reaction. All he did was slap him. He didn't put his hands up afterwards like he was ready to fight. It was more of a slap, look, and walk away. Because he knew Chris wasn't going to do anything. So it's just like this bully mentality that kind of took over. And I just felt like, it's kind of gross, man. I don't know what you're trying to defend here or what you're trying to showcase, but it's pretty freaking gross. It didn't sit well with me. I just was like, why would he do it? Why? Why did it make sense to slap Chris Rock in this setting? Why did it have to be this theatrical thing? Why did it have to, I guess, come to this? But hey, man, you can't win them all, I suppose. Yeah, everybody isn't as composed under direct attack as you would once think. I don't see how the August Alsina jokes and that didn't trigger you, but the alopecia did. It just doesn't make any sense. He obviously doesn't have that much of a problem with stepping out of the marriage, but he definitely has a problem with you disrespecting something like alopecia. So I don't know. I just felt like he was wrong. I felt it was stupid. Do people get slapped every day? Yes, but they don't get slapped in front of millions and millions of people. Yeah, people get slapped. I just felt like everybody was consoling Will, when I was like, bro, I don't care about Will or his feelings. What about Chris? What happened to Chris? He got slapped on national TV. My natural reaction is, oh, I gotta shoot this guy. I got to one up him now, because I can't just punch him. That ain't gonna work. I got to physically harm him. He's disrespecting me in front of everyone. So the fact for Chris to be that composed, that articulate, to kind of push the situation further, push the situation to the side and just move forward, it just felt like, yeah, most people wouldn't think Will Smith would come up there and slap him, and for him to react in that way makes it feel like, yeah, he it was just as much of a shock as to anybody as it was to Will, as it was to Chris, and it just felt like, let's just move past it. Obviously, Chris didn't want to do anything because he just felt like, I don't know. He gonna get it back in blood. I don't know what he's gonna do. I just know that Chris ain't that type of person. Yeah, it just seemed weird. That's all. Very weird situation.
It definitely seemed like an overreaction, especially to Chris, because I know he's made jokes about them before, but so has everybody else. It's like, why him and not, whoever else who's told a similar joke or told the same joke the very next day on the news. I feel like it was, how to put it, a deeper issue, whether it's how he feels or how he feels with Jada or whatever. It was a deeper issue that he took out on Chris, and it wasn't fair. Because no matter what he said wasn't that bad. Like, yeah, he disrespected her, but nothing that warrants do it right now here live on TV. Like, if anything, you could have just talked to him afterwards and could have got the same result of telling him to not say it.
Yeah. It was a weird thing. What I'll say at the end of it is basically Will Smith overreacted based off his wife's emotions. His wife's emotions weren't all that valid. She didn't back him up afterwards. She said it was wrong for him to do it. Obviously, at that moment, he felt like he was doing something admirable, but in all reality, it was just cowardly and weird. Because in that moment, he chose to slap him where he could not either defend himself or react in a normal way and setting, because he was on national television. The amount of time that he sat there and just yelled back to reaffirm himself he did the right thing just made it seem even more goofy.
Bro, that face he made was the goofiest, dude.
It was the goofiest thing. It was like I have to now commit completely. If I don't commit completely now, I seem like a crazy man. Like, if I come back here and I just sit back and go back to my normal face, it's a problem. So it felt like he was acting, which,
bro,
yeah.
His acting face, I ain't never seen him make that face though.
That's because it was impromptu. First off, he had a terrible angle. It saw all the double chin, and it's just like it was like I was like, what is happening right now? But that obviously was the weirdest situation ever, and I just felt bad for Lupita, because she was sitting behind. She had to look, and everybody didn't know where to put their eyeballs, so she was just looking around all crazy. And I was like, Big Will, I need you to go ahead and hold this L. But that's truly what it was. It was a major L for Will Smith. He won.
You seen his chin?
Yeah, I seen his chin.
He looked like he was finna turn into a boomer from West Virginia, bro. I'm like, that mug inflating. I'm like, bro, what is going on?
Terrible angle. It was just a terrible angle, man. He's like, yeah. He just said that, and I'm looking like, he said, wow. He said it was a G.I. Jane, though. He said, keep my wife's name.
Bro, like, the fact that he was doing that, like, I felt him, like, he was like, I don't know, dude. I'm like, this dude face ugly, but like, usually when something crazy happens, if you look at Will Smith's movie, he always make this dumb, stupid face when he like mad and finna cry and stuff like that. He usually make that face, but like, he ain't do that face. He look like he's turning into a boomer, dude. I'm like, boomer bio.
Yeah, man, the guy was definitely imploding inside because I don't know what was happening, bro. I just felt like it was so stupid, and I'm looking like, yeah. So that's the first time I seen Will Smith take a major L. There was plenty of movies that flopped, but that was like a major L for me watching that, and no way to talk yourself out of it. You honestly just accept the punishment and move forward. That's exactly what he's doing, which is fine. But I'm waiting to see Chris Rock give him a good either straight up 1-2 punch or a heads up. Cause
his brother gonna whoop him for him.
Man, I'm so sick of seeing that. I said, please, nobody wants to see. Don't you gotta be a celebrity to freaking do that match? It's celebrity boxing match. One's not a celebrity. Tony is okay, but it wasn't Tony. It was one of his other brothers. But
yeah, it
sure.
was the other one, the popular one.
Yeah, so it was just weird, but we'll get over it. And we get past it. I just think what we really need to shine a light on, as you stated and I stated, is the I don't think that's how Will would have reacted if Jada didn't do it. I feel like it was it felt like it was just a little manipulative emotionally. So I don't know. I'm not trying to blame Jada because Will did it regardless. He walked up, he slapped, he walked back, he yelled, keep it out your mouth. So that's all Will, right? It just seems very strange to me that a switch can be done that quickly, especially when you didn't find it harmful in the first place.
Illuminati, man.
Well, I don't know about all that.
No, this is what.
Don't do that. Don't do the conspiracy theorists. But yeah, it was just interesting.
Bro, you ain't noticed how the angle of the sun was in it?
And you saw how he was sitting in a triangle between him, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. Hey man, no, bro, that's dead. But yeah, that's all I wanted. That's all I pretty much wanted. That's all I wanted to talk about was Will Smith's whole situation, how just strange it was. I'm passing judgment on Will wholeheartedly. That was an idiot move. You feel like a lame. You look like a lame. It was whack. But yeah, he'll get over it. He'll bounce back. Nobody's gonna miss anything from Will Smith Productions. He can pay for it himself if he want to really produce and fulfill a movie role. Nobody's gonna miss anything. So enough about that. The next thing we want to talk about, going straight from the big Willie slap that shook the world to the trailer from the Square Enix boys that got the fanboys in a tizzy. It was the Kingdom Hearts anniversary trailer. 25th anniversary, right? Am I wrong? 25th? 20th anniversary for the hottest garbage to ever hit the streets. And well, let me not. Y'all calm down. Put your pitchforks away.
Man, you know Jalen gonna report you to the group.
Hey, I'm calm, bro. I'm calm. Like I said, I might be on your side today.
Oh my goodness. So everybody knows how good that trailer looks like. Kingdom Hearts 4 got announced. No date. It just said magic in the making. You know that means 20 years. But what y'all think,
Development
man?
hell, where you at? Development hell.
What y'all thinking, man? What y'all thinking? Let me hear it from the Square
Go ahead,
Enix
take it away,
boys.
Jalen.
Man, go ahead, Josh. I got a whole.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I go first this time, man. No,
I ain't got nothing good to say.
Yeah, I ain't really got nothing good to say either. Like, be honest with you, like after I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all, man. I used to love Kingdom Hearts, diehard Kingdom Hearts fan. Why do you have the Keyblade? Shut up, you know what I'm saying? I knew all the quotes, but when I seen the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, I was honestly hoping they weren't finna like drop something because I was clowning niggas. I mean, people in the.
It was like he didn't even draw a picture.
Hey, yeah, I was in there. I was like, bro, y'all thinking the more we care about y'all, but y'all really some peasants and all this type of stuff. He ain't even had a picture drawn by the 20th anniversary date. So, you know, I was like, bro, calm down. He's just, I'm like, nah, bro. Y'all some delusional maniacs. I used to be one of y'all, but now I'm past y'all. So, like, quit
was on
looking
your
so
head.
deep.
He was like, man, he's making 3 games right now. You need to chill out.
It's hard I'm like, bro, I don't care how many doggone games he was making. We know he finna make these side games that we ain't finna get nothing in them. We finna play the whole game to get 2 minutes of story and leave us on a cliffhanger and freaking come out with answer less or let me rephrase that. Leave more questions unanswered or or pose more questions than the questions that you don't even answer the questions that we already have. I played one game, I got 5 questions. I get 2 questions answered, and now I got 10 more. Now I play the next game, I got 15 questions that's unanswered still. And then you pose 10 more questions, and you only answer 5 of them. Now I'm at 30 questions. I'm like, bro, what's going on? I'm never going to find no closure in these games. So that's why I started giving up on them. Played Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, man, this game ain't gaming for me, bro. It's not Kingdom Hearts. Like, Kingdom Hearts 2, the best one. Like, it had a good balance of questions, little ties and stuff like that. Now these games, they just got too much going on. These people in the groups, they got freaking heartless tattoos on their chest and freaking keyblades on. I'm just looking like, man, y'all some maniacs, dog. This game is not that good. This game is not that good, bro. This game ain't been that good since 2000. I give them, say, Birth by Sleep because it's a prologue. This game ain't been good since Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like this game is not that good, bro. And people, there has been controversy in the group, like people dogging out Kingdom Hearts 3, and it's people that got my view and stuff like that. But they so happy about this game. It's finna be in development hell. They finna make a couple more games and stuff like that. That game ain't coming out until like at least 6 years from now because they showed Kingdom Hearts 3 back in 2014 or 15 on E3 when Sora picked up that Keyblade. Man, that game ain't come out until 2019, bro. Yeah. No, it was 2013 they showed that, I think. It's 2013 they showed that. Yeah, that game ain't come out until 6 years, bro. And then they got to make their mobile games and stuff like that. The story going too crazy. Sora look like a Nimrod. I'm like, bro, like he don't even, his hair, he look like he got grease in his hair.
That's one of them characters from the mobile game, ain't Sora?
Bro, I don't know who that is, bro. I'm just looking like, how do y'all even... I'm like, all right, cool. We made advancements. His feet been getting smaller and smaller every game. Like, that's good. Like, very good. But other than that, bro, I'm like, y'all getting too happy for this 20th anniversary. He just made up some... They probably put that video together in 2 days or something like that and put Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay because it definitely looked like Kingdom Hearts 3. But I ain't going to say nothing the way that gameplay is more. They had that flow motion in there. But I don't know, man. I ain't got much else to say about that. I'm more disappointed in the community, man. We gotta stand tall together. And now they just accepting this stuff and just being happy. And now they talk about, oh yeah, Sora hair look like that because his presence with Ventus ain't there no more because Ventus got it. I'm like, bro, headcanon, stop talking right now. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Because the more I ain't say none of that. None of these games said none of that, bro. And people like, well, his heart was already with Ventus. No, they be like, nah, bro, his heart merged with Ventus later on in the game. His influence in his hair, and I'm just like, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that, bro. Headcanon, stop talking. Like, y'all making this stuff up for giggles and want to sound cool because y'all love Kingdom Hearts. All these weird people in that group. But anyway, you can go ahead, Josh. I can't stand that group, bro. My bad. Let me actually talk about the game. The game looks like Kingdom Hearts 3. It don't look like nothing special. I didn't like the floaty combat in Kingdom Hearts 3. I thought that kind of took away from the game. And I mean, it ain't really show much. I mean, the graphics looked cool and stuff, like it's improving and all that type of stuff. And I mean, what you would expect because it's on next gen consoles and stuff like that. But I mean, I can't say I'm expecting too much because I think I'm lost in a nostalgia factor and how much fun I had with Kingdom Hearts 2. That it at this point is strictly nostalgia and it won't be recaptured no more. So, I think the best thing for them to do is when they making this game, just kind of make it and just come out with it. And not, I think it would help with holding the game at a high standard because obviously the hype train for Kingdom Hearts 3, it was gonna crash eventually. It wasn't ever gonna be met because the longer you wait for something, the more the higher premium you put on it, and when it fails to meet that, it gets frowned upon and is magnified on its errors and stuff like that because they took so much time to make the game. So I mean, of course, I'm gonna play it. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan and stuff like that. But was I excited for it? No. Did I care about it for it? No. It's just they still got people in Black Rose, people you don't know. They're gonna give us more questions that's not gonna get answered, and it's gonna make you play the game until Nomura pass away and somebody else take over the game if they decide to do that. So, I mean, I'm just playing it for what it is. I'm just on for the ride. I ain't excited. Remember Kingdom Hearts 3 made me drive in the middle of the night in a snowstorm. You remember that, right?
That man was pushing it, push.
Bro,
Push.
I'm like, I'm good. I don't need no break. We good, bro.
Push it to the limit.
I'm trying to tell you, I was Rick Ross. Push it to the limit. But now, man, it's just a regular old game at this point. No, unfortunately, I'm more excited for Final Fantasy 7 remake or like 16 or something at this point, bro. Truth be told. So, but yeah, I digress.
And that man just threw out a spitfire of flames, fire, flames. Cooking that game, and I digress. Okay. What about you, Josh? Other Square Enix fanboy. What you got to say?
So, first of all, let's keep it $1.50. Kingdom Hearts 4 that need to exist in the first place. They could wrap everything up in 3 and let Sora and his crew be still, and they all want to make more Kingdom Hearts games. Go ahead, just make more characters. There's no reason to continue the story. I don't care what it's about. Like, I don't. We've seen Kingdom Hearts in multiple games. We've been there. Like, the people that were trapped in all the different places have all been saved. The big enemy has been defeated. And at this point, I don't even care about the story enough to even care that Kingdom Hearts 4 exists. Like, okay, so he's gonna find new people to make connections with. Like, that's nobody cares. And then otherwise, like, just the gameplay trailer, the graphics look nice, but y'all know me, I don't care about that anyways, because like the gameplay was not that interesting. Because like I said, it was Dream Drop Distance 2, which is more about the spectacle. You can move fast, you can, you fight all these big enemies and things like that. But that's not really what's interesting about Kingdom Hearts. That's not what was interesting about Kingdom Hearts gameplay. Kingdom Hearts 2 was just like a good RPG, and it had good combat, and like it was very technical. Like, you could time your dodges, you could parry, and there are a lot of different enemies that have like unique movesets and all of these different spells and things you can learn just from like exploring and playing a game. But over time, it became less of that and more just like, oh, we're gonna summon a spell, or we're gonna get on a roller coaster and like just spin around for 3 minutes. And that's what Kingdom Hearts 4 seems like it's gonna be like, which if it is, it's fine. I guess some people don't care. They just want something to do in between the cutscenes. But Kingdom Hearts was originally a good RPG, and that's why people liked it. Now we have Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I feel like fills that void now. So maybe it doesn't matter. Otherwise, I think that the gameplay trailer just looks really bad in my opinion. Like, Sora looks terrible. Yeah, like if they changed him that much, just make him a new character. And then you got people always defending it. They're talking about, oh well, he's in a realistic world because he's going to be realistic characters. Disney has Star Wars now, and Disney has Marvel now, and he's going to be with real people, so he has to look realistic. And that's fine because he's looked more realistic before in like some of the other worlds. But I don't know. The game just feels like all over the place. and it's also just going to be more of the same thing, like Jalen said, just trying to get y'all intrigued, and then never gonna tell you nothing, so you can buy the next 6 games. So I don't know if the game ever comes out. I'm not probably gonna play it, but you can play it, Deontay. Let us know how it is.
Yeah, I know. I know at some point that Square Enix fanboy gonna play that game, regardless of what he's
Jalen
saying
gonna
right
play
now.
Jalen
Whatever
gonna
he's
play
saying
it.
right now, all this right here, this is capitalistic. This is all cap. He gonna play that game, G. Something gonna intrigue him to the point where he gonna be like, all right, I'll play it, but he ain't gonna like it, maybe.
Honestly, if it was all new characters, I probably would have played it
maybe, man,
just to check it out.
Alright, we'll see. We'll see. What if that
They
mod becomes straight fire though? What if it's straight fire? Everybody
What's gonna be
give
fire about it? Is it better
10.
than Kingdom Hearts 2? No. Okay,
What if
then I
it
don't want
is
it.
though? What if it is?
It's
though?
not gonna be.
They gonna have to,
Ain't no way.
make that better than Kingdom Hearts 2, because like
Hey, man. I'm just
the-
trying to
the
play
base-
devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, I get that, but the premise of it is like what made Kingdom Hearts 2 good that a lot of the other games failed to do is like the pacing of the story. Do you play Kingdom Hearts 2 and you enjoyed the combat? Because people be like, what was the argument somebody said on the thing? They said Kingdom Hearts 3 has too many cutscenes and not enough like combat type stuff or whatever. But then somebody else argued it's like, well, Kingdom Hearts 2 have more cutscenes or like the runtime of the cutscenes. So it's like, I think it's like, somebody said basically 16 or 14 hours or something like that. So Kingdom Hearts 2 got more. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, you were so submerged in the story that every cutscene, I mean, I'm not saying every cutscene was excellent and stuff like that, and some was more lackluster than others. It was always something going on in the mix. Like the pacing of the game was just better, so you couldn't tell about those cutscenes. Like you seen the organization, you fought against them and stuff, because the organization was interesting people at first. You fought these people in these black clothes, these people that's working for this stuff or whatever.
Most of the stuff in Kingdom Hearts 2 story was like new stuff that you haven't seen before, or characters you haven't met before, and it was actually like going somewhere because it was interesting. Kingdom Hearts 3, you don't get any interesting stuff until the last 90% of the game, and like at that point, why should you even care?
Yeah, like you literally interact with the organizations. Like they literally, I was mad that I seen this. It was like, all right, you go through this world, nothing happened. Oh yeah, sorry, you need to some. I'm the organization. Well, square up then. Nah, bro, I'm out of here. And literally, you kept doing that. There's like, well, you know that your heart right here, some and eat cheese pizza on Sundays. What you trying to say? I'm lactose intolerant. But all right, then I'm about to dip. Like, it was just too much of that. I'm just looking like, bro, like, is we finna square up? Do we need to do a little battle, like, in the middle of things, like, to kind of set the tone and stuff? And then at the last 10% of the game, they're like, hey, yeah, we all here 3-on-1. What's up? Fight me. Square up. Like,
Yeah.
and the fights weren't even cold. Like, you could be submerged in the fights and stuff. People just flying around doing random things and stuff. You just like, I'm gonna
All
fly
in the
around
same
with you.
arena, doing back to back. And like Kingdom Hearts 2, how many organization members you fight? Like 7, and then in like the final mix, you fight everybody, right?
Yeah, final
And they
mix, you
all
fight
have
everybody.
unique fights throughout the story that makes it interesting.
If it didn't feel linear, like there was a repeated cycle in these worlds and stuff like that. Like in Kingdom Hearts 2, you fight Demix, he running away. He ain't even trying to fight you for like, hey, bro, I'm out of here. Like, he just is hooded dude. And then you see him again in Hollow Bash, you actually got to square up and kill this dude. And then you see Zoldan and stuff like that in the Beast Castle. Like, people popped up and did certain things, and then you'll fight them and stuff. You can argue that you fight most of them at the end, because you fight Syx and Luxord at the end, and Zigbar in the other place, but in the world that never was. But it's like, you had encounters with them, or you fought them, and it didn't feel like you was just running through this world to go fight this big heartless at the end just so you can get done with it, to see a cutscene about the organization. And these people is more interesting before, versus Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm just running through this world to get to the end so this organization member could pop up. We still don't know who the organization is. And then they talked about new organization. I'm like, bro, it's not even... It's kind of lame, honestly, but... I thought it was cool because, and then they had factions in the organization too. Like people was like defecting and different things like that. Like it was his own conflicts and stuff going on. Kingdom Hearts 3 ain't had none of that. It was a linear game. It felt very identical to Kingdom Hearts 1, to be honest with you. Very identical. And then you get the people that you've been working all these games to save and put them together, and they be like, yeah, I ain't never seen him before, and I ain't finna talk to him. Hey, what up, Tara? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you ain't finna say why me and Roxas look. I was waiting for that. They did not do that. They said, nah, bro. I don't care about him looking like me. Oh, wanna be gone. You wanna be gone. They hit that Space Jam, bro.
Yeah, man. But
Man, what's your take, Deontay? You like them graphics, right? The mug was polished.
I just feel like that game gets way too much praise from the likes of you, from the likes of the world. I think it's how do you put it?
Man, it's because they put out a classic. You put out one classic, you good for life.
I suppose so. I just know that they never been all that interesting. So I mean, hopefully they do something different, but they don't really have to. I think the Kingdom Hearts fans are pretty strong. So regardless, they're gonna make another lots and lots of monies. So here's to money, I guess. I don't really have an opinion on this game, to be honest with y'all. Y'all already know how I feel about Kingdom Hearts. Wasting my time playing them.
So if they got instead of Disney, they got Marvel, is it more interesting to you?
Nah, because again, the underlining story was trash to me. I don't care for Sora. I don't care for him and his friends or the enemies he's fighting. It felt all very boring. I'd rather play Final Fantasy. Like, I don't know. I don't see how it captured people's hearts, to be honest. It just feels very. But I didn't play Kingdom Hearts 2, so I mean, maybe that's where it kind of captured. I played through Kingdom Hearts 1. I played most of the secondary games, except for like. I don't remember which ones I didn't play. I read some of them because they weren't actually video games. They were just like videos. And I didn't play like the prologue stuff, but I read about it. Honestly, I just didn't find the story interesting. So how do you get in touch, or how do you really grasp on something? Like if I didn't find Tale of Arise's story interesting, I probably would have stopped playing it because the combat was fine. It was interesting enough. It wasn't that in depth to me, at least. It just felt like it felt very lacking because when you controlled your other players or whatever, it didn't really feel like they were that advanced. So just like that, it felt like that was Sora and the rest of them. Like it just didn't feel all that fun to play. It just felt pretty straightforward that you was gonna play with this guy and he's got plenty of powerful moves, and I don't know. I just didn't find that gameplay interesting, and I didn't find Sora interesting. So and his whole story and his whole movement and why he was motivated to do these things and the whole idea of Kingdom Hearts and why it existed was just boring. So I would never be interested in a game of that caliber from Kingdom Hearts, no matter what they did. The Disney stuff was the most interesting in how they incorporated it, and then they kind of threw it to the wayside. And sometimes they push it to the forefront, but it was nothing that was interesting outside of Mickey and them. You just go to the worlds and you see how they created. That was like the most interesting part of the game for me. It's how they created the worlds, but then they didn't do much with them. So, especially in Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know if they did in Kingdom Hearts 2, but in Kingdom Hearts 3, it was pretty much you just go there, do what you got to do, and leave. It was no real exploration. So, nah, I'm not going to be interested, to be honest.
I agree. And I don't think at this point, really, you can get into the Kingdom Hearts games because it's not about how to put it. For me, it was not about the story. Like I didn't play the games for the story. I I played it because it seemed like it was like a fun game. I got it, I liked it, and started playing it more. And then I got into the story eventually after I beat everything and understood what was going on. And so that's the incentive to buy the next game because you like this one so much and you want to know more. But like I said,
I
they
think I
made a
just didn't
classic,
play it
and
at the
so
right time, so that was all. I just didn't play
that's
it at
true.
the time when y'all played it because at that time it probably would have been impressive. But right now, I just played much better games than that, so I don't have a
Yes,
reason
and
to
that's
play
true.
it.
And you
Even
ain't
going
played two.
back to it, it's not going to be
Well,
the
yeah, I didn't
best
play two
game.
either. So
Two
But
was
when
the
it
one that got me in.
yeah, me too. Because like in the middle of the game, because like you say you like the Disney stuff, and I like the Disney stuff too, but it was always in the background, except when they start putting it into the main story. Like, oh, here in this boss fight, you're gonna play as King Mickey, and he got on the hood and he looked tight, and you don't know why Mickey is here, and he all of a sudden super powerful, and it's like all that cool stuff happens in two. Whereas in three or all the other games, it's not really about that. It's about, oh, here's all the extra story stuff that we trying to sell you.
Yeah,
yeah,
the Disney influence was great in them ones. Like it was a mix because they had Final Fantasy characters even in some of the worlds and stuff too. On and two like, but it just felt more balanced. Like they had a good incorporation of Final Fantasy and the um Disney stuff, and it felt like it had its own story, so it kind of felt like its own game and stuff to some capacity. And it just they in three they just didn't have that formula like they did in two. Like two was the best one. It just yeah.
no, I agree, and I think you guys have more of a connection than I, which is fine. Uh, there's plenty of games that I play right now. Like I'm playing Battle for Bikini Hot Bottom Rehydrated just because it was fun when I played it before, but it's not like the greatest game ever. So it's like those types of games where you just like, okay, I got this nostalgia. I feel like I want to jump back in it, and then maybe that can carry you through, right? But me playing games that are JRPGs that have better range and have better depth and don't have to put in filler and don't make me have to do so much research to kind of understand the story. I watch a lot of anime. I just don't have the capacity to say, oh, why is this better than anything I've ever watched before. So that's all. And I think I think adding new characters into the game, as you stated, Josh, might have helped because it's like a start over refresh, and everybody kind of can jump back in it and kind of have that new feel of a new a new world, a new character. Maybe you can get that same spark, that same energy again, and then this new world where you're using Disney's new budget or whatever, like all their catalog they have now. So maybe that would have been cooler. But it felt like it's just more of the same when I watched the trailer. It felt like it was going to be very much so as confusing as it was before. Even the trailer was confusing, didn't really make much sense to me. I don't know how he got to that world or what kind of caused him to wake up or go to sleep for that period of time, and whatever. I don't care because I'm not trying to get into it. So it's all about what your interests are. If you love it, great. Go watch it, go play it, enjoy it. But I don't know. I just think I missed that boat. I tried it after that boat had left, and I tried to get me a new boat and just paddle out there to you guys. Did not like it. It's turn back. It's fine. Everybody has their own cup of tea. But yeah, that's my opinion on Kingdom Hearts 4. Could care less. And it's no slight to the game though. I think if they put the right budget behind it as usual, it will be a pretty showcase for your new systems. Hopefully people can get those and kind of show off their that stuff. So But other than that, yeah, I don't really have much to say. I think you guys have your gripes for a good reason, and hopefully they kind of make a good game. I would hope they make a good game. You know, with that amount of money, with it being Square Enix, with the budget of Disney behind it, and the ability to kind of pull from their worlds, I would think they could make a great game. And they somehow did it before, so you know, we'll see. I ain't got no expectations, but I definitely don't want to just say I'm openly hating on the game. I'm not, because if it could be great. Like I wasn't openly hating on Elden Ring. I guess I just don't like those types of style of games. I still like Elden Ring. Am I jumping for joy to continuously play it? No, but I think as I play it more, I find the more interesting parts of the game, the more fun it can be, and how spontaneous and just all over the place it all is. So, just like that, you know, it couldn't surprise you. So, keep an open interest, I guess, Josh. I wouldn't say never play it, and I don't think you should say I'll never play it. But you know, it's to each his own, I suppose. I think you put a lot of time into that world, so maybe see where it goes.
Maybe if I didn't play Kingdom Hearts 3, but 3 was trash, so I don't care.
That man's done. But
I'm gonna give it a shot just because, like you said, I've been in it so long, but I could really care less where the story goes. I would, like Josh said, I would prefer like new characters and stuff like that, just so it can be, we can start on a clean slate and they can try again to try to make the story like interesting or something like that. Even if they just got rid of the main characters and just started focusing on the historic Keyblade War characters type things, and wasn't so split up across games and stuff like that, I feel like it could be potentially interesting. But based off the fact that they going on that type of stuff and got new characters and little things like that and stuff like that, but still focusing on Sora and how he this type of person and everybody connected to him and stuff like that, that's already putting a damper on the game for me. So especially when they hit the whole Buddy is just misunderstood, he is trying to do the same thing, and I'm just like, Metal Gear Solid did it better when they had Snake or Big Boss and Revolver Ocelot working towards the same thing, but they was just different. Like, it was more interesting, even though it was still convoluted. That was more interesting than everything this dude Xehanort was doing and stuff like that. It was just kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I vaguely remember those games now, but it definitely had my head in a tizzy. I had questions. I remember. I was like, I got a lot of questions here. Yeah, I would answer some of them. Some of y'all didn't know, but
the developer or the artist or creator or whatever, director, the more, I'm sure he had questions too. He didn't remember all that stuff. He was just doing that. He didn't know what he was doing. That boy's forgetting. But you got the fans got the head cannon for it though. He's like, yeah, man, basically when you think about it, if he eat this on a Tuesday and that's his cousin, I mean, he got the same area. You all right. I'm pretty sure he didn't say that, but I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah. So we talked about the Will Smith slap. We talked about the Kingdom Hearts. I think there was the other thing that we wanted to talk about was there's no transition here. There's just going to be some more talk. The PlayStation subscription. It's how do you? It's really just. It really, if you look at it like it's not competing with Game Pass, it's fine. If you look at it like it's competing with Game Pass, it is super trash. And the fact that they can now charge you just feels like weird that they're charging you for demos and trials. I understand like EA does it, EA Play, but EA owns their games. Like, you're literally talking about, I don't know if it's PlayStation exclusives. I think they're really going to just have demos in there, dog. Like, trials of games that they're going to curate, of games that are out there that nobody has access to but people that pay for the subscription. Like, I never paid for a trial, so now you're making me pay for demos? That's ridiculous. And they're throwing it at you like it's hot stuff. I didn't dive all the way into every tier, but what I can say is that their selection of games for PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3 are subpar. They don't equal up, and you don't have a way to actively go out and buy said games and not either stream or download from this subscription. It just seems like a miss all around. Because people that wanted, subscription, that wanted to, it's like they're trying to provide additional services, but it's so, like, not there. Like, the pricing wise, I think it's supposed to match the amount that it would cost for PlayStation Plus, and it's supposed to add a few extra things. But at the same time, that I think it's the bottom tier. It doesn't add anything different. It's just the same as it was before, right, Josh? Or am I tripping? Do they add anything to that bottom tier? I gotta pull it up. I forget.
I don't know, honestly. But I think that, one of the tiers is just what we have right now existing, and then from there they want to add more features or whatever. And the top tier, which you get all the demos and trials and backwards compatibility, plus a selection of games to play or whatever. And like you said, as if it wasn't compared to Game Pass, that'd be fine. But my biggest issue is like, well, they're always gonna charge more money for more features. Like that's Sony's MO. They're not gonna give you anything for free, even if like they should. But Microsoft is giving it for free, and that's what makes it worse. Like the backwards compatibility games are not free, but if you have them already, it is free, and you're probably gonna get an upgraded version of the game at some point on your console. Versus you're gonna pay $20 a month to play Metal Gear Solid 3 as is what it was on the PlayStation 2. And if you already own it, oh well, that doesn't mean anything. You're still gonna pay for the subscription though. And you can't put it in your system, so I don't know. Sony is always gonna do it in a non-consumer friendly way, but at least it's there. I guess it's like they do have a big catalog of games that people want to play or have never experienced, and offering them in some way is good, is better than what Nintendo has, where a lot of their games you can't even access. But it's still not a good product, and I wouldn't sign up for it personally. I think that it's going to find an audience, but I don't know if it's going to be as popular as what Game Pass is, where people are actively signing up for it. It might just be something where over time, eventually, and like by the end of the generation, everybody has it just because like it's normal and it's like the only thing that they have left. Like once they start dropping off tiers, because that's the main thing. Like there's no reason to offer 4 tiers forever. They're going to get rid of the lower tier ones and just slowly get people into the service.
Yeah, so like it went from $9.99 monthly, or the $55.999 yearly, to the $9.99 yearly as the basically the bottom tier stays the same, nothing new. 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage, online multiplayer, same as the other one. Multiplayer Ultra is the one with $99 a year. You get not only your added benefit of the games, but you also get the online access, but you also get the catalog of 400 PS4 and PS5 games. And then they kind of give you the that's pretty much it. I mean, is that really great? No, because
No, but they
What they
still ask us
literally did,
$70 for their games.
right? What they literally did was broke up PlayStation Now, because PlayStation Now has PS4, PS5, and PlayStation 2 games, and they broke it up. And they kind of made a subscription out of that, which in all reality isn't helping anyone. Like PlayStation Now, you could play again. You could play PlayStation 4 games. I don't believe they held any PlayStation 5 games, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure that they considered the ones that were enhanced for PS4, PS5 games. But I'm not 100% sure on that fact. But literally, all they did was broke up how you play, because like again, they have the PS3, they had the PS2 games, they had all those games on there for $9.99 a month. So it was still that $59.99 yearly package that you could do. Then, which is funny, they got rid of the $59.99 for PlayStation Now because they didn't want people to do the same thing that Xbox been letting you do forever, convert your gold to like, you can still do that. That's been out for forever. PlayStation said, nah. So they took the $59.99 discount, the $59.99 yearly PlayStation Now thing, because it was going to convert to Plus Premium. But they didn't want people to, they didn't want nobody to get no discounts, basically. Typical Sony. So they basically took away the yearly, whatever you call it, the payment, the ability to pay for the subscription in a yearly format. They took it away and only offered the monthly because people were getting, that and adding to it, because once in June it's going to convert and it's going to be cheaper essentially than what they want you to pay of $100. So they took away half of it. They only added the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 games. But now if you pay $120 a year, you get your PS3 games, your PS2 games back, and your PSP. You also get some PlayStation, and then you get your PS4 games and your PS5 games on top of that, right? Again, they literally aren't providing anything good. They're literally just charging you more. That's what I see. That's what I'm looking at. I don't see anything new. I see right now, I'm on PlayStation Now, right now. I see PlayStation 4 games, I see PlayStation 3 games, I see PlayStation 2. Maybe PSP? Maybe the PSP games are what they're alluding to. But
those are downloads, right? I mean, not
yeah,
downloads, stream, because you can't play them on the system.
exactly. So what are they really offering here? They're not offering anything but those demos. That's what it came down to me. I say, y'all charging me this for demos because y'all already got all this stuff for me, and I can pay for it right now, and it'll be cheaper. It'll be $120. Well, no, it won't be cheaper. It would just be 100. It'd be 120. So this whole subscription thing, I just don't get it, because I guess they just bundle stuff together. That's not a new product to me, and I don't see why people are calling it that. It's just a different type of subscription. But yeah, maybe they're not actually calling it that. Maybe people are saying it like it is, but truly, it's not a new product. It is not a competitor to Game Pass, and there's literally no reason to change anything unless you really want it to get. It's funny though, because they're now charging you, like, their Plus Extra is $20 cheaper, but you don't. It's $20 cheaper a year, but you lose out on most of the stuff that you get now for that same $60 if you didn't want PlayStation Plus. You know, like, how is that a flexible option? I don't know. Whatever Sony think they doing, it ain't working. The rule, it's just not. It's not hitting for nothing.
Yeah.
It's really just a poor. It's a poor choice of to roll out. It's just not really the greatest. So, as I'm going through it, it's like real time, because I was thinking about it as that, and I was thinking like, y'all just charge me for demos, and that's exactly what they're doing. This is not really a new product. They're adding demos, and that's it. So, if you want more demos, you're going to still get your same thing, but the only thing that they're literally adding to your product that this thing will add that's new is demos. Everything else is the same. So enjoy that. Whatever it is. Enjoy. I don't know. That's all I got for Sony. Comparing it to Game Pass, it just, blows it out the water. It's not really a competitive thing. It's not competing with it, because if it was, it would be. And that's why I'm pretty sure they just kind of wanted to push it in as, friendly options for you to pick through. But what Game Pass offers you. It offers you Gold and the Game Pass. It offers you streaming, cloud streaming. It still offers, their back catalog of backwards compatible games. You don't have to really buy. If you want to play a game that's, there, you can actually go out and buy it and put it in, and you can play it. There's not any download. Is there any stream only games yet, Josh, where you can't play those games via disc?
On Game Pass?
Yeah.
Oh,
Xbox in general. I
don't think so. I think everything that can be
played,
that is backwards compatible, is available to be downloaded as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's not really a competing. The bang for your buck is still with Xbox. This is literally what they said. This is just PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus coming together. Them taking away that $100 subscription yearly, to give you this is kind of poor taste, because you already was able to do 120 and get everything. That $100 option yearly really doesn't make sense for anyone, because you're going to be losing half of what you usually would get with PlayStation Now. So steer away from that. There's no real reason to do it, and if you need it so bad, I would just do it a la carte. I wouldn't buy it together. Doesn't make sense. But I don't think they even allow you to buy it a la carte anymore, right? I think this is the only option you get, unless
oh no,
I don't think you can do. I don't think you can do PlayStation Now alone anymore. I think you have to buy PlayStation Plus Extra. Since the launching of this, blah, 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 today we are pleased to share the official news. The change coming to our subscription this room. We're bringing together, blah, 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 blah. Provide more choices to customers. So, no, this is not going to replace your ability to a la carte them. It's just going to be an option there for you if you want to just do PlayStation Plus Extra. So, okay, PlayStation Now, you can't buy the monthly one. The yearly one, but you still can buy the monthly $9.99. That would be stupid because it's $120, but and you could just get that with the PlayStation Plus now. But if you wanted to, you could. Man, this is a bad proposition. The more I think about it, it's just bad. It's just bad all around. But whatever. That's what they wanted to do. So, Sony, hats off to you for the scams you pull off daily. And I can't wait for you guys to allow cross save, because really you only play one game on your console, and if it ain't exclusive, you probably ain't playing it. Yeah. you guys have really, I don't know, they just lost to me. They lost. I feel like they have lost the ability to showcase the need to do anything third party through their company. I mean, obviously they still provide those, exclusive, you know, things for gaming and but when it comes to like their actual services and their ability to make me feel comfortable buying digitally, it's just not acceptable right now. It really isn't. I don't feel comfortable buying anything digital on their brand, like for real. I haven't in a while. And I probably will never, to be honest, outside of the crazy, crazy flash sales from my history and past.
Mm-hmm.
But more so now, I just really just pick and choose what I want to play, and I kind of keep it pushing. There's nothing that really I'm going to sit there and be like, okay, I'd rather play it on here. If it's showing on both consoles, I'm 10 times out of 10, I'm going with the Xbox. So, that's just what it is at this point. They just have a very more friendly. I know Xbox is never going to stop the backwards compatible. Well, at least I feel like they never going to stop the. That's the whole thing. It's how I feel right now. I don't know. They could probably do it, but it just they have a much better face or presence with the community right now than Sony could kind of do right now. They just can't. So. And this kind of shows that they are still in that same old mindset of we don't have to compete. Which is good because it allows Microsoft to catch up. And then at that point, when they catch up, Sony will now have to catch up to them. So, and keep kind of going back and forth. Keeping the competition alive, because I would hate to be one just, surpasses the other. Because then there's no reason to kind of really compete. So at some point, I want to be able to get all my games for free. I want not free, but subscription services. Or I want PlayStation, buying new games to put them right in there day one, and I want Microsoft buying games to put them in there day one. So I never have to buy another game directly again. I don't care for it. So especially when I'm getting burnt by some games. I feel like lately I haven't. That's another topic. It's just buying games that you can't really get into. I like Sifu. I don't know. I like
Sifu.
Nah, I ain't
I heard
finished
people
Sifu.
say they liked it.
I like it. I enjoy it, but it's just a beat 'em up. So I was just like, maybe I should have read into it more about like what it actually is. It's just more repetition gameplay. And I guess I'm just over repetition gameplay right now. Like I'm right where it's just like there's nothing really unique to explore or to dive into. You just get better at how you play and what you kind of utilize to move around in the world. And that's fun for a little bit for me, but I just don't want to play that right now. It's it just feels like boring to me. I'm much more like interested in small little, I guess, indie games right now. Games that have like a little bit more of a short circuit but fun to play. I'm interested in some JRPGs right now. I just guess I've been spending a lot on games and I've been playing a few of them, but at recently I just felt like I've been getting like burnt on games that I really didn't want to play or didn't have the capacity to play at the time, and now it's just too late. Guardians of the Galaxy is pretty funny and good, but I'm like halfway through, and I should have waited though. I should have waited till it hit Game Pass. So stuff like that, that's all. Regrets. Those regrets that you have when you play in these types of games. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I got for today. I ain't really got much to talk about. I got my regrets out. I got Will Smith slapping Jay not Jay, Chris Rock. Will Smith getting that slap out. That's so confusing. Kingdom Hearts 4. Anyways, and then we talked about that PlayStation subscription. But I don't really got much else to say. I ain't have that many topics outside of like, I mean, there's some stuff way back that happened. Breath of the Wild being, pushed back, which was 100% expected. Do you think they're gonna have a new Nintendo Switch anytime soon?
Not soon. I think there will be. I don't know if it'll be another Switch or if it's just be a new console, but yeah, eventually. I feel like they've been needed it, but they just dragging their feet. So we'll see.
God, I wonder how powerful.
But I mean, we gonna be playing Breath of the Wild 2 on the Steam Deck.
Man, I actually just got a message from them. They're gonna send it again. So, crisis averted. I missed my window to link my Steam Deck, so I reached out to their support, and they said we're gonna send you a new one, a new link, and if you don't get it in 24 hours, reach back out. So, waiting for that to come through, so that way I can spend some more money on video games, and hopefully it's worth the money. I feel like this thing is gonna be super cool, and I can't wait for them to allow cross save so I can level up my my battle passes, play some free games on it, basically play Apex. I just want to play Apex in the bed. That's all I want. And they just confirmed it for the Steam Deck, so I'm just waiting. That's all. I'm really gonna be playing that, and I might play some small indie games. I might try out the DLC because I bought DLCs on Steam, but I didn't. I might just buy the DLC so I can play that because I really like Dead Cells. But small stuff that I can just kind of push through, and I really want to see how nice it can be, how easy and convenient it is, because I heard the battery trash, so I'm expecting trash battery life. But I'm glad that they were able to figure something out for me, because I was like, bro, I missed it by 5 hours, and that really sucked. But yeah. But that's all I got. Thank you guys for listening. If you got this far in it, I really appreciate it. You were OG. Thanks for tuning in. I'm not even gonna promise nothing, because you never know. Tomorrow's never promised, people. So you get these when you get them. And the consistency can or cannot be there. It's whatever. We appreciate you when you tune in, and we appreciate you even if you don't. We love it all. So thanks for listening. I got any last words for the people?
Man, why did they say Jada Smith was like Genzo?
The fact that you found that those memes. Hey, well, I guess you saved them. You saved those. What was the one where she was being mind controlled? The mind controlled.
Oh, the Bobbity and Majin Vegeta one. that was the funniest one in that one, where it's like she the problem, and the last thing was that she was bald.
Yeah.
Like, there's like manipulative, narcissistic, toxic. And then the last factor was she was bald. I'm like, bro, what relevance does that have?
That bald. Dog, that just had me crying. But yo, how is that even relevant at all? He said, man, she got all these problems, and she bald.
Being bald was a problem.
Being bald was a problem, yo.
I'm like, y'all gotta stop.
They gotta stop it out here. Memes are like so toxic now. They're getting worse and worse. But yeah. Anything for him, Josh?
No. Hopefully we be back soon. Got more to talk about, but I mean, I'm trying to see when y'all schedule's free. Hopefully Jalen will be more free after you graduate, but you never know.
Man, I bet free. You be the one that would be disappearing.
Oh no, not the blame game. We gonna leave it here. We gonna leave it at we all been busy.
Let's talk about it.
We gonna leave it at we all been busy. That's what we gonna leave it at. Because we all have been busy.
Nah, me and Deontay arguing with people on Apex with the text feature, and you ain't there to stop it.
We've all been busy.
Wait, what that dude say? He got mad at us on there. He was like, he said "F you teammate" or something like that. I'm like, bro,
because he thought you stole all his meds. I did. Man. You can't be stealing meds.
Man, I did. I was gonna give it back though. I ain't know that's his death box. He could have asked for it instead of saying "F you teammate." Then he said, "I'm so sorry." With the little Microsoft Sam or whatever that voice is.
Man. Apex funny. Well, all right.
Then that other dude, yeah.
What other dude? Are you talking about the fart guy?
Yeah, what I told him, unleash the farts or something like that. What I told
him? Please unleash. He said, please stop. He said, no. He said, please. And then he said, all right, I will. And this man kept saying, JK, please unleash the farts. I'm like, bro, something wrong with Jalen a troll just like them.
I believe it.
Well, all right, y'all. Thanks for listening. We're going to go do something else. Figure out something. Enjoy y'all lives. Thanks for tuning in. Go play some games. Enjoy some games. And we'll talk to you soon. Peace.